What's up, guys? Will Freeman, revolutionarylifestyledesign.com, coming to you today to talk about my 2,000 calorie diet. It's 100 grams protein, low carb, gluten free, dairy free, and under $10 per day. So when it comes to diet, the amount of misinformation on the internet is staggering. The best diet overall is low carb, balanced diet based on natural foods with lots of meat, vegetables, and nuts. Just think about what our ancestors would have ate, right? They're not going to have all kinds of processed foods. They're not even going to have a ton of fruit because fruit was not always readily available. But meat, vegetables, and nuts are consistent staples. They don't raise your blood glucose, and sticking to a paleo or a paleo-based diet is ultimately the most healthy thing you can do. Now, like anything, 80-20 in moderation. I mean, don't get caught up like those guys who are only eating paleo. It's like they won't eat rice. At the end of the day, it's all about moderation. But here's a good base for you on how to eat healthy on the cheap, with all your macros covered for lifting. If you guys know me, you know that I don't recommend a lot of protein. You can maintain your muscle and build enough muscle with 70 grams. Okay, check out my articles, and I got all the science on you only need 70 grams to maybe 100, 120 grams at the most if you're a really big dude. I probably don't eat more than 100 at the max, and I'm sitting about 50 pounds of muscle right now. So you don't need a ton of protein. This is 100 grams protein is plenty, and you can get all this for under $10 in a Western country. Now, the optimum diet means modifying or removing anything you're allergic to. So you always want to be optimizing the diet for you as well. And for me, dairy is a major allergen. Gluten's no problem, but coconut milk, which is a big paleo staple, is a FODMAP, and it absolutely destroys my gut. So it's really important to test for allergies and not follow any diet blindly, including this one. If you're allergic to anything that I'm going to outline, then replace that with something you're not. That is the number one rule in eating healthy, is not eating stuff you're allergic to. For example, I would rather eat a McDonald's cheeseburger than a salad with salad dressing loaded with onions and garlic, because that is going to upset my stomach a lot more than a McDonald's cheeseburger, if you can believe it. And again, this is your basic, cheap, minimalist diet. It's going to maintain muscle and give you tons of good, clean energy. Now, I wish I could tell you that I ate clean every day, but I don't. I eat a clean lunch every day, but I eat a dirty dinner at least once every other day, because I like to have something to look forward to. I usually get a cheeseburger or double cheeseburger. I go for the gourmet, so I don't think it's all that unhealthy. It's basically meat and cheese, and it's high quality meat, high quality cheese. I think there's a point of being too healthy. I mean, if you're, or sorry, not too healthy, but there's a point of being too obsessive about it. We're not going to live forever. I like to enjoy my life, and I haven't noticed any major problems from it. But if you really want to get ultra healthy for 2016, this is the diet. I've used this before whenever I need a reboot. Now, the way to do this is an eat to live diet. So there's some goodies, but there's not a ton. You can add more goodies in if you're not going that hardcore. But if you're really in a health reboot mode, then you can stick directly to the diet. So this is a 2,000 calorie diet, which is going to be maintenance calories for a 170-pound man. Right now, at 170 pounds, 5'10", 2,000 calories is my maintenance. So I eat 2,000 calories. I won't gain weight, and I won't lose weight. Now that's assuming you're living a sedentary lifestyle. And by sedentary, I just mean that you don't have a job where you're on your feet all the time. I mean, you can exercise every day like I do, but it's still a sedentary lifestyle because the majority of the time I'm at the computer or I'm on the motorbike going to get food. So I'm not burning a ton of calories. And the exercise that I do is usually no more than half an hour a day. So at most, I'm probably burning 200 calories, something like that. So the majority of you guys are going to be on a sedentary lifestyle, but look at the article to see the calculator if you're going to be on, if you have a more active lifestyle. Now, for guys that are bulking or for guys who weigh more than 170 pounds, you're going to have to adjust your calories accordingly. And in the article, you're going to see how to do that. Now, as far as prep goes, the best way to prep this diet is to cook everything on one day. I used to do it back on Sundays, and I would cook everything for the week for bringing it to work, which saves a ton of money because you're not buying lunch every day, and you're not buying dinner every day. And you've got the food before you get hungry. And then I'd store it in Tupperware in the fridge for the rest of the week and just reheat it on the stove or in the microwave and add sauce. Now, this doesn't look like a lot of fun, and it's not, but I can tell you this, you will have a ton of energy. You're going to feel really good on this diet, and you're going to look good. Like, it shows in your skin. It shows if you're doing a cut, it's going to show in the weight loss because you're eating low carb. It's going to be low salt. So low salt and low carb means that you're not going to be carrying a lot of water. If I cut carbs low and I cut salt low, within 3-4 days I'm going to lose 5 pounds of water weight, and this makes your face look a lot leaner and just give you a much crisper look overall. So when I'm eating for maintenance and I want a junk meal, what I'll do here is I would just skip the chicken dinner and go eat some junk food. Okay, I can hold it together on a cut if I'm doing a hardcore cut, which I don't have to do anymore because I don't do natural bulking anymore. I do pro-hormone bulking, so I never get fat. When I'm bulking, I just put on muscle, and I'm at the point where I'm nearly finished with my body, so I don't need to do any crazy bulks. And I don't advocate doing crazy bulks where you get fat. That is counterproductive, and it means you're actually eating too much. Okay, but that's another topic. You can read my article on how to bulk without getting fat. But on a cut, I can hold it together for a month, maybe 2 months with caffeine and ephedrine. I can hold a really hardcore, super clean diet like this together. But if I'm eating maintenance or I'm bulking, then I'm gonna eat those junk meals. So if you want a cheat meal or 2 cheat meals, say Saturday and Sunday, just skip the chicken dinner and replace it with like McDonald's or whatever you want. You can keep the approximate amount of calories and just eat something dirty. So here's how it goes. Greens shake, juice / vegetables. So what I do is 1 scoop of green shake. This is something you can buy in a large supermarket or health food store. It's greens shake powder, and it's basically ultra condensed vegetables with a ton of vitamins and nutrients and broken down into a powder. It's equal to like 6 to 8 servings of vegetables, and it's a much more efficient and cheaper way for getting your vegetable intake. I'll take a shot of that in the morning. I don't do that now. I don't have access to that here in Thailand, so I just juice an entire stalk of kale or an entire stalk of spinach. It's up to you. And that's going to get you all your vegetables for the day. I just choke it down, and you don't have to worry too much about eating vegetables all the time because 1, you probably don't like eating vegetables, and 2, the prep work on vegetables is an absolute fucking pain in the ass. I mean, cutting a salad is like 15-20 minutes of just chopping. It's a real pain. So just having your vegetables out of the way is ultra efficient, ultra easy. And vegetables have no carbs, so you don't have to worry about no carbs, no calories. So you don't have to worry about eating something in the morning when you're doing intermittent fasting. And basically, if you're going to use a juice, I recommend the Hamilton Beach Wide Mouth Juicer. It's about $70, and it's very easy to clean and does a great job. Next up, water, 8 glasses per day. If you're using kratom or something like that, or a lot of caffeine like I do, I drink 6 liters of water. I try and drink 6 liters of water a day. I noticed if I even drink only 2 liters, I get very sore because I use kratom or I use tramadol here in Thailand where it's legal, plus a lot of caffeine, and that easily makes you dehydrated, especially if you're eating salt. So now I try and drink 6 liters a day. You should be drinking at least 3. Water is super important for keeping your energy and your mood up, and I recommend you should be drinking water every half an hour, 45 minutes. Keep it at your desk, and keep it lukewarm, because cold water is actually not great for your stomach. So the diet consists of 3 staples: white rice for carbs, chicken for protein, and nuts for fat. You can use brown rice. Brown rice is better for you in terms of insulin, but I think brown rice is so disgusting. I mean, it tastes like absolute shit, and you're already eating pretty hardcore, so you might as well enjoy it a bit more. For prep work, as I said, I cook everything on Sunday, stored in Tupperware, and then what I would do is I would just butterfly 2 chicken breasts, add salt and pepper, and put on the Foreman grill for about 10 minutes, and then throw it in the Tupperware. And then do that for, another 13 times. For rice, I would just put the 2-kilogram bag in a large pot, cover with water almost to the top, add a teaspoon of salt, bring to a boil, and let simmer. And then you got the rice handled. Throw that in equal portions into the Tupperware, or you can use a rice cooker, which is even easier, but you can't cook quite as much in bulk. And then take the cashews and split evenly into each container. So your 3 staples are rice, chicken, and cashews. Chicken for protein, rice for carbs, cashews for fat. So, first week, or per week rather, what you need is grilled chicken, 5 2-packs. That's 4,400 calories and 460 grams of protein for about $49. Cashews, 400-gram bag, 2,212 calories, 72 grams of protein for $6. White medium grain rice, 2-kilogram bag, 7,200 calories, 147 grams protein for about $5. And 2 bottles of sauce, which is 350 calories for about $7. Total per week, 14,162 calories, 679 grams of protein for $63. And total per day, 2,023 calories, 103 grams of protein for $9.03. Now, the way this is going to look, and again, if you want all the figures and everything broken down, check out the article. Lunch is going to be 1 chicken breast, 263 calories worth of cashews. You can estimate that. It's quite easy based on the bag. 500 calories of white rice and a bit of sauce, which is another 50 calories. Total is 1,253 calories for 69 grams of protein. Dinner is half a chicken breast. So I've given you more chicken breast at lunch because it's got to get you through the day. Then you've got half a chicken breast at night, 220 calories, 25 grams of protein. White medium grain rice, 500 calories. Sauce, 50 calories. Total 770 calories. 34 grams of protein. So that is the breakdown for the diet. And just a couple other things you need to know. You can substitute brown rice for white rice if you actually like it, but the diet's pretty hardcore for a long period of time. And if you really hate brown rice like I do, you can use white rice. I don't notice any difference in terms of putting on fat or anything like that. Lean chicken breast is about the healthiest meat you can buy. If you want to spend more, always go with the organic. And if you're allergic to cashews, you can replace with peanuts as long as you're not allergic to those. With that said, nuts are high in omega-6. So if you can, you want to balance that out by taking your by megadosing the omega-3s every day. You can also substitute the chicken breast for sashimi. I'm eating a lot of tuna and salmon sashimi these days. It's a bit more expensive, but you eat that 3 times a week and you're going to have all your oils handled for you. Diet is 2 meals a day. You guys know I'm a big advocate of intermittent fasting, and if you take a caffeine pill in the morning with a ton of water, you're not going to be hungry till lunch. It'll take you about 3 days to adapt to that, 3 or 4 days to adapt to that system. But I've been doing it for about 8 years, and after the first week, I never went back because I literally have 3 times as much energy on intermittent fasting with caffeine, and it is a lot easier to stick to a diet when you can have 2 relatively big meals a day instead of trying to eat 3 or 4 tiny little meals where you never get full. On this, you will get full from lunch, and you'll get relatively full from dinner. If you're bulking, you can increase calories. If you're cutting, decrease accordingly. The way to do it is just add more calories in equal proportions to how the diet's already outlined. So you can see the breakdown and just add the calories in equal proportions. So equal amount of nuts, equal amount of chicken, equal amount of rice. And the whole key to making this palatable is in the sauces. I've used organic sauce, and I've tried the low sodium or no sodium sauce. Most of them are shit. So don't hesitate to get any sauce that you want, because you're eating so little and the rest of your diet's so healthy that it's not going to have any impact. And yes, there will be some salt in the sauce, but there's not going to be a ton of salt in your diet, so it's not going to be a problem for retaining water. As long as you make sure you don't get the salted cashews or salted peanuts, because those have a ton of salt and they're going to make you retain a lot of water. It's especially not if you're cutting. It's going to make it seem like you're not losing any fat because you are holding onto a ton of water. And again, guys, the important idea is sustainability. So have a sauce that you enjoy. Decide whether you're doing a maintenance or bulking or cutting, and decide how much you're capable of. If you're not capable of holding this diet together, then you can do it just for lunches, or you can do it for 5 days a week, and then the last 2 days of the week you can have dirty dinners. It depends on how good your willpower is right now, how long you're planning on doing it for, and what your goals are in terms of bulking, cutting, or maintenance. And that's it, guys. Thanks again for listening, and as always, I wish you all the best.